the other night we were working on the car, fired it up, and it wasn't running right at all. It seemed like it was getting way too much fuel, just being flooded with it, which makes sense because it's got these injectors. We're going to see if we can go ahead and install this. This is the G Plus fuel pressure regulator. So this is it here. So get it installed, and it's got a gauge on it and everything, so that should be good. We can see exactly what pressure we got going to this thing and adjust it. I decided to mount it over here because I had a stock bolt and there was already a stock place there to put it, so I just bent my bracket up to make it stay. Got it connected there. Should be good. So reason I put it on this side, where a lot of people put it on this side or around here, is because this hose that comes out of the bottom of the regulator, the stock one, it should just be able to go right here into this thing and then out of this back over there. So I don't have to use the nipple here to connect them, splice them together. I can just hook directly into it. And it's still easy to get to, easy to adjust, easy to see, everything's good. So now I'm going to remove the stock regulator here and bolt up the little adapter plate that comes with it. So that'll bolt up like that to the back of the motor. And then we'll hook for a line from here over to there. Okay, and then the return line, which is here, is going to connect to the bottom. So that should just connect right up and then run a line from there over. Do not have to use that splice. Got the adapter plate installed. Now when you do this, this slides back and forth for some adjustability. Make sure you got it centered between these two bolts so that your hole lines up. You also want to take the O-ring off of your stock one, put it on this one. So that should be good. I've moved the return line over here. Got to figure out how I'm going to run that next. It's going good though. Okay, the return line is hooked up. That's it, coming down through there and going into the bottom. Now the hose they send, just got to get it connected here and then bring it over to there. And a little geyser. Great. Okay, so you saw the gas spraying out there. I think it's going between this plate and the car. So I got a really fat O-ring now. Got it squished in there. Hopefully it won't pop out before I get it on. But hoping that'll stop that. The new O-ring is in. Now we're going to try to crank it again. See what happens here. Or not crank it, but just turn the switch on. I think that might have fixed it. Turning the key on and off a couple times, making sure everything's good. Don't see any leaks now, so I think that fixed it. So you may have to get a new O-ring for there. And I'm gonna try to adjust this so we can get some pressure on here. Got the vacuum line hooked up now. Everything should be good to go, so I'm gonna try to fire it up and see if I can adjust it along a little bit. All right, well, it's running way better. Adjusted on the fuel pressure now. Okay, I'm finishing up the cold side of the intercooler piping. It actually goes over into here, and this long radiator hose is kind of making it kind of difficult because it's kind of tight down there. But I got it together, got this in, get the last clamp on, get this bag off of here. Should be able to get the blow-off valve on, and then I think we're about ready to run. Okay, all of the piping is done. It's all hooked up. Got the filter on there now. Everything's about ready to go. Only thing left to do is the blow-off valve, a couple little things here and there, and we'll be ready to run this thing. So let's get this thing hooked up. What's neat about this flange is it actually allows you to move the blow-off valve wherever you want. It looks like there's supposed to be an O-ring in here though, and they didn't give me an O-ring, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to have that or not. Right guys, there's the blow-off valve, and I don't think this is gonna work. So because that inside piece didn't really have anything holding it, it allows it just to move around freely. So it's definitely a boost leak right there. But for now, I'll have to run it that way until I figure out an O-ring or something, whatever I can make work inside that space. But we'll try that for now. Go ahead and fire it up. Well, run my T to my vacuum line, and I think that should be good. Okay, vacuum lines are hooked up. I think that's it. The only other thing before we drive it is I gotta have a wastegate vacuum, or actually it needs a boost reference, but there's no place on this turbo to put one, so I'm probably gonna have to buy one that goes in the silicone coupling. But for now, I could tee it off to a vacuum. But it's not good to put vacuum on these, but they really just need boost. Those need vacuum and boost. So, but for now, I think we're good. I also have to figure out something with the wastegate before I really start driving it. So, could yank the hood off though. Drive like this for now. All right, guys, we're gonna fire it up. Lights on just a little better, and then we'll turn on the tuner view app, connect it up. So our O2 voltage is super rich right now, I believe. So there's the map sensor down there. Battery power's going dead. Air intake temp sense, which I don't have the air intake temperature sensor in there yet. I gotta get that done. Throttle position says 0, and it works. There we go. Temperature. So that's the 2-step. You set this, it's technically a 3-step. You can set it up there where you want it. You see the ignition cut popping on there. That's when it started shooting some fire.